welcome to another edition of my live tea tasting. I've got an exciting blend for you guys today, so I'm going to go ahead and get this water started. I'm like super duper excited because this is one of the rare occasions where I'm drinking a tea in front of you guys for the first time, and I don't know exactly what to expect. I can tell that though this is going to be a really good one because I did look up the ingredients and it's going to be pretty good. So today, this one's straight from Europe, brought to me by Shanna's parents who went to England. They didn't go to Russia per se, but we're going to have Russian Caravan tea. Hey, Shanna and Wally, welcome. Russian Caravan tea. This stuff, it's gonna be awesome. I can smell it right through the bag, and I'm just really, really excited to start. Ramanda, welcome. So this is, I read the ingredients and the blend. It's a combination of oolong, kimun, and my personal favorite, lapsang souchong. Oh my god, I love lapsang. You guys, I talk about it all the time, and this is going to have it's going to have a great kick. So I'm going to go ahead and pour some of this out. Unfortunately, the packaging is not the most reliable because it's just a plastic bag. So it's not going to be easy to pour out. I'm going to take my handy dandy tool here. You very rarely see me use one of these because it's a rarity around here, but I have a spoon. Ooh. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pour some of this out very carefully because I don't want to make a mess. There we go. So you can see right through the bag, first thing. Ooh, oh my god. Ooh, that's some strong stuff. It came directly from the, Alejandra, welcome. It came directly from the pot right to my face. It's got that strong, smoky signature, lapsang scent. That's the most prevalent, part of it so far. Whew. That was strong, you guys. Like I've done a stream with lapsang in it. Sylvia, welcome. I've done a stream with lapsang in it already, and boy, that's like it's one of the stronger flavored teas. But it's not like it smells a lot different than it tastes. It's got the smell. I like to say that it smells like a Payless shoe store because you have that kind of leathery, smoky, almost fleshy. Welcome, Teresa. It's got this almost like a barbecue pit bonfire kind of smell to it. And that came straight at me. So that, along with Keeman is a really strong black tea, and I absolutely love it. It takes a little bit of getting used to because the Keeman is it's a very strong tea, stronger than Ceylon, stronger. It's right up there with Assam, and Madison, welcome. It's right up there with Assam. Assam is a really strong black tea from India, and whew, it takes some getting used to. I prefer the lighter tasting teas like Darjeeling and Ceylon, but you know, Keeman and Assam have a very strong placement in my heart as well. It depends on my mood, really. As long as it doesn't get too too bitter at the end. Really strong black teas can oversteep, and when they do, it's not a very tasty result. Sometimes it takes some practice and a keen sense of time to make sure that this doesn't happen. Especially with green tea. Green tea when it's oversteeped. Yeah, it's not exactly the best taste. But you know, it's like sometimes, oh, my water's finished. Sometimes you have to make a mistake to learn how to correct it, you know? There we go. I'm gonna pour out this water. Since this is a black tea, and a very strong one at that, I'm going to be steeping this at 212 degrees for 5 minutes. We go ahead and start my timer. And you know, this one, it's. I'm excited, but I'm also kind of uh, curious. You know what? I think I'm gonna understeep it a little bit. I'm gonna make it a 3 minute steep because when you're dealing with a black tea for the first time, you want to make sure that your tea is Alba, welcome. You want to make sure that you don't mess it up the first time, otherwise, it'll make it a little bit more difficult to taste next time because you'll always have that apprehension. So I'm going to play it safe a little bit. I'm not going to be so reckless. I'm going to do it at 212 degrees for 3 minutes. And we'll see how this comes out. Now, since I am understeeping it, I'm not expecting as strong a taste. But keep in mind, I'm working with cumin here, and cumin has naturally a very strong taste. And oolong, did I mention oolong was in here? Yeah, so it is all three of those. Oolong, you don't want to oversteep as well, while it's not as fragile as some other teas. It can usually withstand a 3 to 5 minute steep. But generally, I err on the side of caution when it comes to oolong. Oh, excuse me, because oolong is, while it's not as sturdy of a leaf as black, it's most of the way there. So it is stronger, more oxidized than a. Oh, there's Quackhead. He's telling me to take it out, so I'm listening. Woo! That is some hot stuff. It's already steaming all over the place. So I'm going to show you guys in just a minute what it looks like. You saw how it looked in the plastic bag. I didn't show you before I steeped it because there was really no point to it. You saw basically the coloring. I'm just going to wait a little bit for this to dry out. Woo! Oh my God, that is a strong blend. I just like banged it a couple of times, you know, just to help the drips come down from the bottom. And whoo, that smokiness. I think I'm in for a real treat. This blend particularly smells like it's got a very strong lapsang presence, and I'm all about that. I've been obsessed with oh wow, I'm getting okay. Yeah, I'm sorry I wasn't talking. Apparently apparently I wasn't getting the messages, but I am getting them now. Have a good night, Madison. I will see you again later. And yes, I do have the hiccups again. Hopefully that won't last too much longer. But yeah, anyway, I am obsessed with lapsang. Actually, you guys know how I feel about Earl Grey. Not my favorite, but the best Earl Grey I ever had was mixed with lapsang, and boy, that was that was some really good stuff. So right off the bat, I smell the lapsang. There's no way around it. Underneath that, you could smell the cumin. There's not much of an oolong presence in the scent, because honestly, it's competing with two very strong flavors. But in this particular case, it's probably going to act as like um, as a dampener. It's you're gonna have these two strong flavors basically fighting for your attention, and the oolong is gonna be in there to kind of ease it in. That's what I'm thinking anyway. But I'm gonna go ahead and pour some of this out, and I'll let you know. Ooh, that would have been a mess had I dropped it. Oh, ouch. Ow, that's hot. All right, there we go. Oh, wow, that's a surprise. It's actually not as dark as I thought it would be. Lapsang on its own is practically black. Like, I don't mean it as a black tea that looks brown. I mean it looks black. Because it is smoked with pine wood, and it absorbs not just the smoke, but the color. It's got like the color of ash in it. And it's a really good strong scent. Uh, but I love it. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my first sip. Those you guys know I'm not going to sweeten my tea. Ooh, oh my god, that's so good. That smokiness, man. It's really coming in. Hey Ma, welcome. Oh, that is a beautiful taste. All right there. I'm really going to enjoy this this tasting. Oh, this is like I would have to say a good 70% lapsang. Um I'm actually a little bit surprised because the Keeman Keeman is not it's not a flavor that's weak at all. Um but I barely tasted in this one. Maybe as it cools, it'll start to rise to the surface. But right now, I taste a lot of the lapsang. Yeah, it's hard to place. It's there, but it's there on the back end. Like the smokiness is. Oh, so you're watching me on mobile. Mobile. Why do I say mobile? On you're watching me mobile. That's awesome. I missed the train actually. Well, the A train, but I know the 34th Street platform very well. Oh, oh my God, this is so good. Since this blend has three highly caffeinated, well, no, I can't say highly caffeinated leaves, but they're very well caffeinated. Um, this tea is probably going to be pretty caffeinated. I'm going to be energized tonight, to say the least. Um, Keeman and the Lapsang are both pretty well caffeinated. They have moderate to high caffeine content depending on how oxidized it got and when in the season it was picked. This judging by the hey Nick, welcome. It's okay. I'm glad to have you. Let's see. It says you've been a bit busy at work. Yeah, that's fine. You know, life life happens. Adulting sucks, but I'm glad that you're able to join us. And Shanna, yeah, they do have Russian blend at Geschwender. They did mention it on the last tea pairing that I went to. They did they did like a demonstration. They were talking about their Russian blend, and somebody had actually walked in beforehand. Nicole, welcome. Somebody had come in beforehand and actually tried it. Oh, they didn't. Did they try it or they smelled it? I think they smelled it and like bought a cup, if I remember correctly. But that's like that's what piqued my interest when I heard about the Russian blend. I was like, when they were talking about what was in it, um, I was like, yeah, I'd like to try that. And it's funny because one of my coworkers today, when I told him I was doing a Russian blend, and I said I'd never had a Russian tea before, he was like, "You have not lived till you had a Russian tea." And I was like, "What do you know about Russian tea?" He's like, "What do you know about tea in general?" But sometimes my coworkers they surprise me, but it's all good. Ah. Now, the thing that I like about this blend is it's not a very super strong blend. It's um well, I mean, I'm saying this from my perspective because I have had straight up lapsang, and unless you're expecting it, it can be a little bit overbearing in the taste. Um, because it's basically like drinking a barbecue, which is fine. It's an acquired taste. Not everybody likes it. I find that for some reason, more men like it than women. But I do know a couple people, a couple women who enjoy it. So, Sade, if you ever get to see this, I'm talking about you. Uh, you're one of the few who can tolerate it. Shanna, I think yeah, you do too, right? It's that's the one that you do like, but Nicole, no, you're not a big Lapsang fan. But that's okay. You guys are still awesome. Uh, then yeah, like there's very few women that I've met that like Lapsang. Even fewer that are brave enough to try it because it has got a very very noticeable smell. Um, I'd hate to say I'd hate to say I lost my train of thought. What was I saying? Yeah, I got old man brain. I was reading your question, Shanna, and it just kind of like it messed with me. Steeping it longer, it would probably become like a smokier, ashier kind of taste. You don't mind lapsang, but it's not your first choice. You prefer oolongs. Well, yeah, I know it's not your first choice, but like you can appreciate it more than most. Um, it's an acquired taste. I took to it right away. One of the guys at Adagio was talking about it, and I was like, no, I've never had lapsang. The first thing he said was, "Do not oversteep it, because you would, if you're gonna try it, understeep it the first time on purpose and see how you like it." So that night I went home, and I made my tea and I steeped it all the way. I was like, that's a good suggestion. I was a complete savage. Didn't and didn't take his advice. I steeped it straight and I drank it without any sweetener, and it was magnificent. Like, I love this stuff. So that's my go-to when I test people's palates. Um, I always have them try it, and I gauge their reaction because generally that would indicate how their tolerance is when it comes to certain tastes. If they can tolerate, maybe a blend idea would be your own Lapsang and Earl Grey. I mean, I would do it. I like the one that they had at Tilula. Um, it was not like the Lapsang did overpower the shampooy taste, so I didn't mind it as much. I might do that. Um, one of these days. It's on my list. I have a list at work of different tea blends that I would like to put together. Plus a very interesting one that I learned at Adagio. I just have to see if they have all the ingredients because one of them is kind of new, so it's probably not on the ingredients list yet. Um, but I can make it in store if I want to. So that's one that they say tastes like scotch. So I'll see. I mean, I don't know what scotch tastes like. I have drank that blend though, and it was really good. So now when I walk into the store and I talk to who was it? It was Miranda and Artemis. The three of us tried it together, and it was good. So now when I walk in there, I go, I want some of that Scotch tea, and they know exactly what I'm talking about. And it was really really good. Like I don't know what Scotch tastes like, but from the tea, it tasted like a um, very smoky maple kind of taste to it. So what was it? Sounds like it's more for those of us with complex palates, or who like umami flavors. I would say so. Yeah. Those who appreciate the exotic, this is not a very. It's not a very common taste. That is for sure. Um, you would have to see the thing about it, and this is um, the most accurate way I've heard it described. It's like drinking a barbecue pit. You have that smoky, airy, almost ashiness to it, um, and you put all of that together in a flavor without the bitterness of the charcoal, without the bitterness of the ash itself. You get the good parts of burnt wood, and I thoroughly enjoy it. Um, it's just really hard to know what to expect just by the smell, because it smells a lot stronger than it tastes. I know, Teresa, you're getting a little freaked out on it, but it's good. It's really good. I think I had you smell it during the tea tasting. You didn't try it, and I didn't. I didn't pick it as my own. Um, but I always recommend it if somebody is adventurous enough to give it a shot. Um, you can't go wrong. You get a little sample, and it's good. Mm. Oh, that's so good. I thoroughly enjoy this this tea. I'm hoping that what was this? It's like a campfire if you can transfer the smell to taste. Exactly. Like it's got that. Um, oh, you I did make you try it. I thought I skipped it. I don't know. Uh, I got old man brain. I don't remember. Um, but yeah, like it's definitely like the best parts of a campfire. Um, but I'm thinking, I could probably put together a Russian tea on Adagio, because they have all three ingredients. So why not? They might. Oh, you know what? They might not have cumin, because cumin has been a little bit rare lately. The bonfire tea. What do you mean? What do you mean the bonfire tea? Like the lapsang or bonfire tea flavor? Because that's something that would because there are those two separate flavors. You know what? I'm going to check real quick, because I'm now interested in making that blend online if I can. Oh, nice! One of the Woody B, who created the Deadpool tea that I reviewed on my stream, along with when I was doing the fandom teas 2 months ago. He liked my review, so yay! Okay, where is my blend? I'm going to see if they have. they have cumin on there. If they do, I'm totally gonna make this. All right. It would be under black. No, they don't have it, but they do have a Assam melody, which might be a close. Um, it might be a close. A close. What's some? Blah, 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 a close blend as far as taste is concerned. But they don't have regular oolong. That's strange. They just have like all the flavored oolongs, but not regular. I don't know. I'll have to figure something out. I'm actually surprised about that. Like they have all different kinds of oolongs except for just regular oolong. But whatever. Well, I'll figure out a way around it, and if not, then not. You know, I'll at least know how to make it at Adagio, so I'll have them like mix it all together. We'll see. Oh, but I'm like thoroughly enjoying the smell. The smell is like it's incredible. This is everything that I love about this tea. It's that lapsang with the cumin in it. I very very barely taste the oolong, but it's definitely there. It's just hidden a little bit. Mm. What is this? So do you get a smoky aftertaste when you breathe out after a sip? Absolutely. Like this taste lingers. It's got a really long, slow burn. And like even if you were to keep your palate um after you drink it, after if you keep your palate fresh, it can last a good maybe 5 minutes, depending on what you're doing and how much you're concentrating on your taste buds. After I did my lapsang tea stream, I was tasting it for quite some time because I not only was it a very strong flavor, I was drinking a lot of it. Um, this I'll show you. This is the teapot that I use, and it usually makes a good two of these, or well, actually about one and a half of these, uh, and I believe that's like an 8 ounce cup, I think. So it's pretty good. It's a pretty good size. Um, so after drinking a strong tea like that and so much of it, the taste is definitely going to linger. Um, However, like it's not a bad. That's definitely not a bad thing, especially if you're like just enjoying it afterwards. It stays with you. Now I'm going to show you guys what the tea looks like now. I think I'm going to try not to spill any, but of course that has yet to work. Okay, there we go. Ah, yeah, I think I defeated it. It's not dripping. Okay, so you see, all the leaves have gotten really, really big. They've expanded to about twice the size, but I didn't start off with a whole lot to begin with. So if you take a look, it comes up to about here. I don't know if you guys can see it because there's that glare, but it comes up to about here. So it's up about either half to twice as much um, as it was before, as when I first put it in. So there's definitely some growth in there, which means that I got some really good flavor out of it, and it shows in the tea itself. Now the oolong that was used it's not the It's not the rolled oolong. It's what's the word that they pico. Um, pico is a kind of medium cut leaf. So I believe pico is the word Pekoe. Um, so when they pick the leaf, they cut it just a little bit, so you don't have the ability to like ball it into tiny pellets. That's what they do with a lot of the oolongs and even gunpowder tea. They ball it so that as it steeps, it releases the flavor slowly. Um, and you can savor it. A lot of the times you can steep it multiple times, especially ones like jade oolong and milk oolong. You can get 5 cups out of that easy. I've done it before, and woo, that's the like it's incredible. Um, I want one of these days. I have enough credit. I have it. I really should do this. But I want to get this one called Ali Shan. It's an oolong. It's supposed to be the highest quality oolong out there. As far as just the general consensus, I guess, is as far as that's concerned, Ali Shan is like the best oolong out there. I believe Ali Shan comes out of it's Taiwan, I want to say. Um, I'm like 99% sure, but since it's not 100, I'll take a look. It's one of the most expensive teas out there. Ali Shan is so yummy. It really is. Like that's one that I like instantly fell in love with. The top three that they say in order, like starting from bottom to top, you have the jade oolong, which is like super good, the milk oolong, super duper good, and then Ali Shan, which is like whoo, some good stuff. And you can quote me on that when you say ooh. Ali Shan. Okay. This comes from Taiwan. I'm on my stuff. Now Ali Shan, the quality is like really good, and I have heard that people have been able to steep it up to 8 times, and that is like an incredible feat. Um, I don't know if I'm brave enough to try that because Ali Shan, I believe, is like $30 a bag. Let me double check. Yep, it's 29 $29 a bag on the website. So if I buy it, I'm not going. I'm probably just gonna get it from the store because who wants to pay 29 plus shipping and handling? You know, the Ali Shan is like it's amazing. I love this stuff. Whew. I don't think I've never bought a 3 ounce bag, but I have had it on occasion. Oof, incredible. Mm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, yeah, the small bag is like $8, but that's like the sampler that makes like what, five? Yeah, it makes 5 cups. So like for $8 for 5 cups is really expensive. Hey, Mona Lisa, welcome. Now I just took a sip. It's starting to cool off, and now I'm starting to taste the cumin a little bit more. It's got like a general black tea taste, but with a little coppery finish. Like think of a black tea and a black tea that ends in a brown tea, taste wise. Like you get like the strong that strong flavor, and then it kind of tapers off. So the Keeman is starting to come out a little bit more. I'm still not getting a whole lot of the oolong. In general, oolong is great to see you too. I'm glad you could make it. What is this? Are you just on the tasting ingredient blend journey, or are you also interested in having attended any cultural or spiritual tea ceremonies? Um, I am interested definitely in going through the tea ceremonies. I have had a watered down version um of the matcha ceremony, and I'm glad you brought that up because that's something that I want to do for the new year. The only thing is, like, I have the resource. I'm currently studying it, trying to get the steps down. Once I'm comfortable with the ceremony, I'm going to perform it for you guys. But I'll know within the next couple of weeks if I'll be ready. When that happens, and it's going to happen, I'm going to be thoroughly excited because this is something that I've been wanting to do for the longest. Like, when I knew that this stream was becoming more prevalent and I was doing it more and more, I was getting ideas and I was like, you know what? The matcha tea ceremony is going to be an awesome experience, not just for the audience, but for me too, because I've never done the matcha tea ceremony. I know how to make matcha, and you know it takes a certain technique. I'll explain that on the day. But to make that matcha, you have to be aware of what you're doing. Otherwise, you'll screw it up. I do have some matcha here, courtesy of Shanna. She gave me some, but it's in the little packets. You know what? I'll show you guys real quick. This is not going to be the one that I use when I do the ceremony. Not because there's anything wrong with it, but because of the way that it's packed. Here, I'll show you real quick. It's packed in like these little envelopes, which is fine. The only thing is that part of the ceremony, you need to use a bamboo scoop. And there's no way you're going to be able to scoop the bamboo out of that. So this is good for like single serve. Oh, this is good for like single serve matcha. And if you guys have were around, I know Shanna, Nicole, a couple of you know how proud I am of my matcha bowl. I have not used it yet. I'm saving it for you guys, but for those of you who are seeing this for the first time, which is most of you actually, this is the matcha bowl that I'm going to be using, and I love this thing. I'll show you. Check that out. How beautiful is that? Handcrafted with a seabed motif. Look at that. And on the inside, ooh, I can't wait. I am like thoroughly excited to break this out. So this is just a preview of the bowl that I'm going to be using for the first time with you guys. Now, I actually got this bowl for free at the Naperville store by saving up my points for months. Shanna, you remember how long it took for me to get enough points, because normally their matcha bowls go for like, I don't know, like 20, 30 bucks, something like that. But I was saving up specifically for that one. That one was like 40, 45, something like that. Oh yeah, absolutely. It's gorgeous. Like, this was love at first sight. When I saw that, I was like, I had to have it. There are other matcha bowls at the Naperville store, and even at the one on State Street, that I like. But I'm like, no, that is the one that's coming home with me first. I do have another matcha bowl. I had bought a kit, and it's got all the pieces to it. I have all the pieces, but by the same token, I didn't have a decorative bowl like that one. So I needed to bring it home. And now that winter's here, matcha is going to become a stronger part of my diet. you know, I'll just put it that way because I love matcha. And I'm getting ahead of myself because like this is the stuff that I should be waiting for the actual stream to talk about. Uh, I'm just getting excited. I'm gonna pull myself back a little bit and talk about the Russian blend. Go back to the original purpose that we're here. So anyway, oh excuse me, I got the hiccups again. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna take another sip and then I have to fill it back up because I'm running a little bit low. Oh, you know what? I just realized I never showed you what the actual tea looks like in the cup. So let me pour some of this out. Thank God I remembered. Oh, there we go. Okay. So I'm gonna show you guys real quick what it looks like. So it doesn't look like I thought it would. I've had a lot of black teas. This is actually pretty light for a black tea. You know, you can actually see the bottom of the cup, and that's not typical. That's probably the color of the Keeman coming out more than the Lapsang, because the Lapsang is just straight up black tea. If you want to go back and check out my YouTube channel, you'll see the on the Lapsang one that there's a huge difference. But that one you can see the bottom of, and you don't really get that from the way that it looks. Because if I show you guys, look at how black that tea is. You know, the leaf itself is super duper dark. You know, it's got little flecks here and there of a lighter brown, but it's not reflective of what you get in the actual cup. I think maybe that's an effect of understeeping it a little bit, but I mean, it reflects well on the taste. It's not strong, it's not overpowering. So if you are interested in trying a Russian blend, I would suggest doing it light first, just in case, just to see how you come to appreciate it. If you really like it, or you think you can handle a stronger one, go ahead, steep it longer, see how you like it. It looks like, it tastes like something that you'd be able to experiment with, just to see how you prefer it. I like my tea strong. Strong but not bitter. What was this? Can I see? Oh, so you were looking at something else, so you missed what it looked like. Sure, I'll show you. Look at that. It's a very black tea. You can see in the middle. It's reflecting my door. So if you see that little length of light brown, that's the reflection of the bag on the door. But the one that's closer to my eye, that's the sample of what it looks like when it's not in the light. No, let me, because it's getting reflected from my computer. Oh my God! Like I can't. What is this reflecting on? Oh, you know what? It's probably reflecting this actual screen. Yeah, okay, that's not working very well. Let me try it this way. But you see how dark that tea is. You're not gonna get you're not gonna get much darker than that without burning it, you know? But a lot of that is from the Lapsang. And the Lapsang absorbs the color of the smoke. No problem. It absorbs the color of the smoke. It absorbs the flavor. It absorbs everything. Like jasmine tea, I had no idea. Jasmine tea does not have jasmine in it. It has what they do is jasmine blooms at night. So while they're oxidizing the green tea, they bring like all the jasmine into either the warehouse or the greenhouse or whatever it is that they're oxidizing the tea in. They bring the jasmine in at night, and when it blooms, it releases all of the perfume, all of the scent, and they leave it there overnight for the tea leaf to absorb it. So generally speaking, there is no, for the most part, some jasmine teas do use jasmine leaf or jasmine petals, depending on the blend. But most of them only use the jasmine flavor that's infused from the air. And when I heard about that process, I thought it blew me away because I thought like there was physically jasmine in there, but a lot of them doesn't have it. And that's another thing that I wanted to do at a later time. I don't know when I'll do it, but I want to do a taste comparison between Jasmine Yinhao, Jasmine Chunhao, and Jasmine Phoenix Pearls or Jasmine. It's Jasmine Pearls, but I feel like there's another. I feel like there's another word in there. Let me see. Oh yeah, I was right. Jasmine Phoenix Pearls. Cool. And it looks like the Jasmine Phoenix Pearls might actually have jasmine jasmine leaf in it. Let me just double check. I want to make sure I'm giving you guys the right information. The perfume. I'm just reading this real quick, just to make sure that they don't have actual jasmine in it. Tiny new leaves and one plump unopened leaf bud. Yeah, I don't think that this one has jasmine leaf in it, but it has like the bud in there somewhere. I'll have to ask them about that. Because I mean, Jasmine Phoenix pearls are one of my favorites, and it's super smooth, super silky. Like that's one of the ones that I fell in love with right away, and like I highly recommend it to people who want to drink green tea but don't really want that salty flavor. You can excuse me. You can get the jasmine tea as kind of like a buffer to other green teas. Or if you're trying to get away from the regular green teas, that that would do it too. I love green tea. You know what? I haven't really done a green tea in a while, have I? I'm gonna have to change that. I do have one that I'm waiting for the right time to stream. But yeah, that's like it's a really good one. But I'll talk about that another time. Anyway, the green tea has a very distinct flavor. Hairball? What do you mean hairball? You're talking about the Phoenix pearls with the little threads around it, or was that when I choked? That's probably when I choked. Oh, that's really good. Anyway, I forgot what I was talking about. Um, yeah, my oh yeah, the green teas. Anyway, yeah, uh, jasmine is a very atypical green tea, but it's very good. And then you have okay, like there's a difference between Chinese green tea and Japanese green tea. Chinese is the one that you associate normally with green flavored tea, like when you get green tea from like a tea bag, and you get that grassy kind of flavor. That's all Chinese green tea. However, the Japanese green tea is very, very different. It grows by the water, so it absorbs a lot of the saltiness, and you get like a seaweed kind of flavor to it, which is, I mean, it may sound unappetizing, but it's really good. Depending on the leaf itself, it could be amazing. Oh, I'm a little congested for some reason. Anyway, okay. Excuse me. All right. Now's the time. I'm going to open up the floor for any questions, comments, anything you want to talk about. Just throw it at me. Teresa, I know you always have that question. What would I pair this tea with? This Russian tea, I would definitely pair with the same things that I would pair lapsang with. So I'm going to start with my favorite combination: steak with mashed potatoes. This stuff is perfect for that because you have that deep smokiness that would go well with the meat, and the creaminess of the mashed potatoes with a little bit of like corn on the side. Can't go wrong with that. If I was going to do a dessert with it, I would say something bready, something maybe a bread pudding might do well with that. I don't know, because like it's really hard to pair this with the dessert, because it's, yeah, pot roast, absolutely. Um, it's hard for me to. I would not pair it with yodels. No, man, chocolate and lapsang would not go well together unless it's a really, really strong dark chocolate. I would skip because they do have dark chocolate bars with lapsang in it. Ring dings, no, it's the same cake. It's the same cake. You're not going to get one without the other. Oof. Oh my god, I don't know what's going on. Like my nose is starting to stuff up for some reason, but whatever, I don't care. Oof. Now the one mistake I'm going to correct officially today on this video. The first time I did lapsang, I said that I would probably want to pair lapsang with barbecue chips, and that I have to say was a mistake. I tried it, and woo, they did not go well together. The barbecue chips that I tried them with, the smokiness was so strong on my tongue that it made the chips taste sour. Like I was not expecting that combination. I was like, "Ooh, no, 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 bad idea, bad idea." But it was, yeah. I strike that from the record. It is not a good idea to pair lapsang with barbecue chips. Now I've never had rum cake, so I'll take your word for it. I don't know. It sounds like a good savory dessert, so I'll take your word for it. And while it is in different shape, Teresa, it's gonna have the same taste. So I would definitely not pair lapsang with yodels or ringdings because you would have to have like I would pair it with just straight up dark chocolate. Not even mounds because the coconut in it is not going to taste well with the smokiness. The dark chocolate around the mounds is going to be good, but otherwise, no. I would not. I would not recommend it at all. Mm. Fried apple rings? Maybe. I don't know. I've never had fried apple rings before. Um, but I would imagine that the sweetness of the apple might might mess up. I know, Nicole. I know. You're still welcome to join in. We still have a couple minutes. What is this? Marshmallow Devil's Food Cake? No. No, nothing sweet, nothing creamy. With that, I don't even think I've ever put cream in my lapsang. Now that you mention it, like I have sweetened it. I have put um what's that stuff? Stevia in it. But like as far as cream is concerned and anything milky, I wouldn't I wouldn't do it. That's just my preference, only because I really love the smoky and savory flavor of it. If you want to try it that way, that's fine, but I wouldn't recommend it. That's just me. Cream in a shoe tea. Yeah, that would be that would be different. I'll put it that way. Lava cake. Lava cake maybe because it's got that really strong uh dark chocolate flavor to it. Um but yeah, I would definitely try that. Maybe outside of the cake, not so much the lava, but we'll see. Like it depends on what kind of chocolate they use to make the lava. Mm. I still have a little bit more. I think I have like what it looks like about a quarter of the cup left. So go ahead, throw it at me. Any questions, comments, anything you want to talk about? Now's the time. Announcements. Announcements. Okay, yeah, I have a good one. I collected all 20 of the charity organizations as that are the that we're going to vote on. So for the next couple weeks, you know what? Let me see. Today's the 14th. In about 2 weeks, yeah, we'll start on the first week of January. So the first week of January, the um I'll post the poll for the first. Let me see. We did 20, so it's gonna be four. We'll do the first four of the. Do you think tea can strip the paint off of a car? No. The strength of the flavor. Oh, excuse me. Has nothing to do. Is not going to be strong enough to paint it off because there's no acid in it. There's no chemicals. Well, not Adagio's teas anyway. I don't know what they put in David's, but I don't think it's strong enough to strip the paint off of a car. But they're there. Uh, what else? I would say, oh yeah. So for the starting the first week of January, I'm gonna separate the yeah. There's no vodka in this one, even though it's Russian. There's no vodka in it. So I'm gonna match them up in four, and then we'll do one for each week of in four different brackets, and then the winner of each bracket will have its own bracket on the fifth week. So we're going to get the winners of the first 4 weeks, and then we're going to break it down for one more week, and then the winner of that second round is going to be the one that's going to collect the donations. So once we have that, we'll start the process, and we'll take it from there. We'll start the fundraising. I'll set up the tiers as to what I'm going to do for each tier once we reach our goal. And you guys, I hope that we raise some good money for this, because it's going to be an incredible experience to give to another organization and to know that our money is being put to help others. So within the next couple of weeks, I'll keep you guys informed. We'll get the party started, and everything it's going to be a great experience. I'm really looking forward to Charity Month. Woo! Ah, my God, that stuff is like it's so good. And I'm feeling like I'm feeling energized. I have all of that extra caffeine in my system now. I'm not really jittery. I'm not really because the caffeine in tea is different from the caffeine in. It has a different effect from the caffeine in coffee. Um, I think it's just a matter of content that it's enough to keep you alert, but not enough to make you jittery, make you nervous. Um, it's got a good thing going. So I'm going to be awake for quite some time. Luckily, it's the weekend, so I'm not going to be able to. I don't need to get up too early. I'm waiting on certain people who shall remain nameless to let me know if we're going to go, if we're going to meet for brunch tomorrow. But once we hear that, I will be happy and I can go to sleep knowing what time I'm getting up tomorrow. Just saying that, leaving that out in the open for certain people who may or may not be listening. Ye shall remain nameless. Anyway, all right. So, last call. Questions, comments, anything you want to talk about? Just let me know. Yeah, you just gave yourself away, Shanna. Anyway, yeah, last call. Questions, comments. I'm here to finish off because I think I have like maybe 2 sips left, or I can just guzzle it and call it a night. I mean, there's not a whole lot left, but I'm giving you guys a chance to participate because I know how much you guys love talking to me. You're like, oh God, Mike, shut up already. I'm like, okay, I will. I only have like 1 sip left. Da. I can speak Russian. Da. That's it. Yeah, that's the Rosetta Stone right here, and that's also what you say when it's super duper strong. When you oversteep Russian tea, you go da. that's that's my interpretation. All right, last sip down the hatch. Ah, there we go. Well, thank you guys for joining me. I'm gonna go ahead and shut down now. I'll be posting this video on my Facebook so your friends can watch it later. I hope to see you guys next week. I'll be making announcements for the upcoming events. So yeah, go ahead and have a great weekend, and I will see you next week. Bye.